In Islam, love is not just an emotion, it is an act of faith, sacrifice, and mutual respect. Today, we'll explore timeless stories of love that reflect the beauty of relationships, guided by Allah's wisdom. Khadijah radiyallahu anha was a highly respected and wealthy merchant in Mecca, known as At-Tahira the Pure. She was admired for her noble lineage, impeccable character, and intelligence. Despite being widowed twice, she managed her trade successfully and employed others to work for her. At the time, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was known as Al-Amin the Trustworthy for his exceptional honesty and reliability. When Khadijah radiyallahu anha heard of his reputation, she offered him a position to manage her trade caravan to Syria. The Prophet, peace be upon him, accepted the offer, and Khadijah radiyallahu anha sent her servant, Maysara, to accompany him. During the journey, Maysara observed Muhammad's, peace be upon him, remarkable character, honesty, and miraculous events, such as a monk recognizing signs of prophethood in him. Upon hearing Maysara's account, Khadijah radiyallahu anha was deeply impressed by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Although she was 40 years old and he was 25, she felt he would make a suitable husband. Through her friend Nafisa, she expressed her interest in marriage. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with the approval of his uncle Abu Talib, accepted the proposal. Their marriage was a modest and simple event, setting an example of humility and sincerity in marriage. The marriage of Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Khadijah radiyallahu anha was filled with love, mutual support, and faith. They had 6 children together. 1. Qasim died in infancy. 2. Zainab. 3. Ruqayya. 4. Kulthum. 5. Fatimah. 6. Abdullah died in infancy. Khadijah radiyallahu anha was not only a loving wife, but also a staunch supporter of her husband in every aspect of his life. When the Prophet, peace be upon him, received the first revelation in the cave of Hira, he was overwhelmed and fearful. He rushed home to Khadijah radiyallahu anha, saying, "Cover me, cover me." After calming him, Khadijah radiyallahu anha reassured him with comforting words, "By Allah, Allah will never disgrace you. You keep good relations with your family, help the poor and needy, serve your guests generously, and assist those in distress." She took him to her cousin Waraka ibn Nawfal, a Christian scholar, who confirmed Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the awaited prophet mentioned in the scriptures. When the Prophet, peace be upon him, began his mission, Khadijah radiyallahu anha stood by his side as his first follower. She believed in his message without hesitation and supported him emotionally and financially. During the boycott imposed on the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his followers by the Quraysh, Khadijah radiyallahu anha endured the hardships of hunger and isolation in the valleys of Mecca. She used her wealth to support the early Muslim community, providing food and supplies. Her unwavering support gave the Prophet, peace be upon him, the strength to continue his mission during the most challenging times. Khadijah radiyallahu anha passed away in the 10th year of prophethood at the age of 65. Her death deeply affected the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the year of her passing is known as al-Huzn, the year of sorrow. He often remembered her fondly, saying, "She believed in me when no one else did. She accepted Islam when people rejected me, and she helped and comforted me when there was no one else to lend me a helping hand." 1. Mutual support in hardship. Khadijah radiyallahu anha stood by the Prophet, peace be upon him, through thick and thin, proving that true partnership lies in supporting one another during challenges. Both prioritized faith, integrity, and good character over worldly considerations. Their marriage was based on mutual respect, trust, and shared goals, rather than materialism. The story of Prophet Ibrahim alayhis salam and Hajar radiallahu anhuma showcases mutual love, trust, and reliance on Allah. When Ibrahim was commanded to leave Hajar and their infant Ismail in the barren desert of Mecca, Hajar did not question him. Instead, she asked if it was Allah's command and then said, "If Allah has ordered this, He will not abandon us." Reflection. This story illustrates love rooted in trust both in Allah and in each other. Hajar's unwavering faith supported Ibrahim's mission, and her sacrifice paved the way for the blessing of Zamzam and the establishment of Mecca. True love thrives on mutual faith and trust. Ask ourselves, how can we and our partner strengthen our reliance on Allah and support each other during trials? Salama radiallahu anhuma and Abu Salama radiallahu anhu shared a love deeply rooted in their faith. When Abu Salama passed away, Salama was heartbroken, but remembered a dua he taught her, "O Allah, reward me in my calamity and replace it with something better." She made this dua, and Allah eventually blessed her with marriage to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Reflection. This story highlights love marked by devotion to Allah and the belief that He always has something better in store for us, even in loss. In times of hardship, turn to Allah with sincere dua for ourselves and our spouse. Reflect on how prayer strengthens love and patience in a relationship. Ali and Fatimah radiallahu anhu shared a marriage filled with simplicity and love. Despite their humble means, their respect for one another was immense. When Fatimah radiallahu anhuma struggled with household chores, Ali radiallahu anhu supported her by seeking advice from the Prophet, peace be upon him, who gifted them du'as for strength instead of material help. Reflection. Their story shows that love isn't about wealth, but about mutual respect, understanding, and shared effort. Focus on building a partnership based on shared values and mutual support, regardless of material wealth. When Prophet Musa alayhis salam helped Shu'aib's daughters draw water from the well, one of them suggested to her father that Musa alayhis salam was trustworthy and strong. Shu'aib alayhis salam later married her to Musa alayhis salam, who became part of their family and worked with them for several years. Reflection. This story shows that love and trust can grow through actions and service. The bond between Musa alayhis salam and his wife was built on mutual respect and shared purpose. Demonstrate love through actions. Consider, how can we show our love by serving our spouse or fulfilling their needs today? Zainab, the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was married to Abu Olaz before his conversion to Islam. When he was captured in battle as a non-Muslim, Zainab sent her mother's necklace as ransom for his release. The Prophet, peace be upon him, was deeply moved, but requested Abu Olaz to release Zainab to Medina. Later, Abu Olaz embraced Islam, and they were reunited in a beautiful display of forgiveness and enduring love. Reflection. This story reflects patience, forgiveness, and unwavering love even in difficult circumstances. Forgiveness strengthens love. Think, is there a grudge or misunderstanding in our relationship we need to let go of? Sulaim radiallahu anhuma refused Abu Talha's marriage proposal until he embraced Islam, saying, "A man like you should not be refused, but you are a disbeliever, and I am a Muslim woman." Abu Talha embraced Islam sincerely, and their marriage became one of faith and devotion. Reflection. This story highlights the importance of prioritizing faith in a relationship and how it leads to lasting love. Faith forms the foundation of a strong marriage. How can we and our spouse grow spiritually together? These stories from the Qur'an and Hadith show us that love is far more than fleeting emotions. It's about trust, sacrifice, faith, and mutual respect. Whether you are married or preparing for marriage, Reflect on these lessons to strengthen your bonds and keep Allah at the center of your relationships. Which of these stories inspired you the most? Share your reflections in the comments, and let's grow together in love and faith.